Hey guys, welcome back to the campaign. Before we get into the current situation that we just walked into, I wanted to go over a couple little things for upkeep here, and I'll make it really quick. Last week when I was rolling on my search checks, I was going number 1, Wandering Monsters, and then I was coming down here to 3 to 4, Secret Door, and that's not right. Up here is the initial chart, and then these are sub-charts of this one. So that's figured out, but with all the secret passages that I've discovered, it really plays into the adventure though, because we are searching for clues to find the hidden boss. Another thing, previously I had rolled for traits for all of the characters, and those actually weren't traits, those were milestones. That's why they felt like achievements, because it's something that you do over time. I'm gonna drop that right now. I'm going to give the characters traits later on in the campaign, but for right now I want to focus on locking down the rules and getting everything in order, and that's just another thing to kind of remember and take care of. So I will get to that later. I made this card containing all of our magic items. Now, according to the book, each character can hold up to 200 gold and multiple items, but I'm gonna home rule that because we are now a part of this guild and all of the money goes into a big sack to give to the guild until later on, and then we get paid wages. And it's our guild, so this is how we're doing it. We don't feel like we're getting robbed or anything from it. We're actually making more in the long run as a group. But anyways, She-Wolf will be carrying our guild bag of gold. That's where everything gets put into there. So I'm not too worried about tracking how much gold we have. But if she goes down, the entire sack of gold could be lost. So that's a concern. Fingers, I noticed he had a gem, and so he's just kind of keeping that in his back pocket. I mean, it's his. He found it before they started the guild, so he's hanging on to that. But anyways, we have everybody's magic items here for easy reference. And over here, getting rid of traits and taking the magic items off the card has just cleaned this up a lot. And last but not least, I have my dice holder over there. It's a dragon. I can't remember where I got that from. I got it a long time ago. The problems that I had with my dice rolling tray, I built this guy this morning. Took just about an hour and a half or so. I had a hairdryer with me, which was drying the paint and all of that. So yeah, this is just Hearst Arts castings that I had from a dungeon that I had made. And this is chipboard, and this is just a kind of a homemade sticker that I made to put on there. But we've got a good dice rolling tray now. Let's get to this adventure. We left off in room F, this L-shaped room. And right when we walked in, we are assaulted with the smell of death and the sounds of rather large creatures moving about, sort of taken by surprise as the door is opened and we come charging in here. There's currently corpses of animals and it looks like humanoids about the room, half ate, and there are 3 monstrous trolls in here. One note real quick, I prefer this kind of smaller troll for this game. These guys will just have to make do right now. I'm gonna get a few more of these, but yeah, these are rather large. This is the feral troll from 4th edition, but they'll have to work for now. Immediately, She-Wolf runs to the largest one with the great axe in hand. With her +2 to attack, she needs a 3. She gets it. With a heavy slash, she decapitates it. He's currently down, and on his next turn, we have to see if he regenerates. Fingers is gonna try to gut this troll. He has -1, so he needs a 6. That's gonna be a miss. These things have like really rubbery skin, so maybe the sword just doesn't even penetrate it, just kind of bounces off of it. Paul's gonna run up to this one, take a swing with his mace. He needs a 5 or a 6. He hits. He drops that troll. The She-Wolf tells Evelyn just to stay back. If we have trouble with these guys, then we're gonna have Evelyn cast some spells. We're gonna see if this troll comes back to life, sort of forms himself together. On a 5 or a 6, no, he doesn't. Same with this one, 5 or a 6. He'll start to piece himself back together. No, he doesn't. This one's gonna attack Fingers with 2 slashing claws. Fingers has +2, so he needs a 4. No, that's an automatic miss for 1 damage. She-Wolf is going to take her axe and chop up this troll into pieces so he won't be able to come back to life. That's going to kill him. Fingers is gonna try to stab this one again. Maybe in a different spot. Needs a 4. Dang, no, that's a miss, automatic. Paul moves over here and he's gonna take a swing on that one. Needs a 5 or a 6. Damn, missed by 1. Evelyn's gonna move up here and pull out her dagger and start chopping this one to bits. I know that you need an edged weapon to do that. Hopefully a dagger is able to do that. If not, let me know in the comments. But I know you need an edged weapon, so that's what she does. That's going to kill him so he can't come back to life. The troll completely ignores Paul and sees that Fingers is bleeding and just starts gashing him with his claws. 4 to defend. Dang, he doesn't. Fingers takes another damage. It's nice because the she-wolf hasn't raged on this adventure yet, and she's not going to. She's gonna run around here with a war cry and try to bury her axe in this thing. She needs a 3 or above. She gets it, kills him. The troll goes down. It's Fingers' turn. And so Fingers bleeding out in the chest a little bit. He's not too damaged, but it's enough to piss him off. And he couldn't hit the troll, so he just takes his short sword and starts stabbing the troll like 100 times. Everyone's just like watching, and it goes on for a few minutes. That's gonna kill this one. Okay, the treasure table. The best part, that's a 2. 2d6 gold. 8 gold. Now we have to search the room for a clue. Some nearby creatures heard us rummaging through this room amongst the dead bodies and the nastiness. We're probably just like, it stinks in here. See what's coming. A 4, that's some minions. Another 4. D6 plus 1 orcs. How many orcs? Got 4 of them. Through the door that we entered in, up in the northwest corner there, we could hear some pretty heavy footsteps and the sound of grunting as these 4 orcs enter into the room. Look at that, a game where orcs still exist. And these are the old school orcs, which I'm gonna print up some because I want them to look like the old school orcs. They've got the pig nose, they're inherently evil. She-Wolf is gonna take a hefty swing toward this thing's knees and try to take his legs out. She needs a 2 or above. She gets it, drops him. As this orc runs through the door and directly towards Fingers, kind of charging and huffing and puffing, Fingers just pulls out the short sword and tries to stick it right through his gut. A rule I just remembered, we outnumber these minions right now, so Fingers gets to add his levels. Fingers needs 4 and up. He still misses. He's having a bad night. I hate to say it, but Evelyn's keeping her spells. We're saving it for the boss battle. I think we're doing okay, just the way that we are. So she's gonna dagger this thing. And her dagger already has blood and guts all over it from other minions that she's dropped along the way. Needs a 5 or a 6? No. Paul Saul gets to add half of his level, rounding down, but he's the only one that hasn't advanced to 2nd level yet. So he still doesn't get to add anything to his roll. He needs a 4+. Yeah, he gets it. Drops that sucker. This one tries to hack Fingers with a rusted out old blade. Fingers needs a 3 to defend. Jeez, Fingers, come on, dude. Fingers has 2 hit points left. He's gonna force Paul into using a healing spell because these guys have already used their bandages in the previous room. These orcs fear magic, and Evelyn just has a magical aura about her. And I think they're at least intelligent enough to know that she might dabble with magic, so this thing's kind of standoffish with her. But it like stays back and takes a swing with its sword. Still trying to keep distance. The 5. She saves. And that's why it missed. It stepped back and took a swing, and she can tell that it has fear. She-Wolf can kind of see Fingers. He's not doing too well, and she's going to run over here and try to hack this orc down. Needs a 2. Yeah, that's exploding. I always roll a 6 and then I roll a 1 right after it. That's a 9 total. These guys are level 4. So she hacks this one down, pushes Fingers out of the way, runs over here, and just buries her axe in that one's back, and it drops dead right in front of Evelyn. She-Wolf is a beast. Wandering monsters give no treasure, and this room has already been searched. Fingers is over here on one knee, and everyone just kind of turns around, and he's hurting. He just kind of looks over at everybody with a smile. Paul walks up, and he's gonna lay his hand on Fingers. Again, no spells have been used, and Bless or Heal hasn't been used. Now there's one use of the heal. D6 plus 1. Yes, he's gonna heal Fingers all the way. Everyone knows what Fingers is. He's a thief. However, he has a really good charisma to where people just like him. And that's why Paul didn't mind coming over and healing him, and tried to heal him that one time over Evelyn. Evelyn can be kind of standoffish at points and have an attitude, and Fingers is always cool. Immediately, Fingers jumps up to his feet, feels completely better, and heads over to the door. 1 or 2, it's locked. It's locked. Let's check the door level. 1, 2, 3 is a 3. Okay, so it's a level 5 door. So you have to get a 1 higher than the door. That's a 6, but Fingers gets to add his level. He does it. He gets the 6. Fingers pops the door open, turns around and looks at everybody with a handsome grin. White dice is high. 61. It's a rather longer room like this with 2 exits. Let's see what's in the room. Pull these 2 and add them together. It's gonna be a 3. Whoa, we got a trap. Let's see what kind of trap. 4. Spears coming out from the wall, level 5. Attack 2 random characters. Go marching order. That is going to be Evelyn. Both spears go after Evelyn. No, it says 2 characters, so we're not gonna put both of them against her. And the last one's going to be against Paul. So those 2 are at the back of the marching order, so these 2 coming through so quickly must have set something off. Then the spears shot out of the walls at the back of the room. Evelyn needs a 6. This is a level 5 trap. That means you gotta get higher, and she has nothing for her defense. No, she takes a spear to the ribs. Paul needs a 4. No, he gets a spear to the ribs too. Both of them. She-Wolf and Fingers quickly turn around after hearing a cry of pain from behind them from both Paul and Evelyn. They're on one knee with a spear sticking out of their sides. That drops Paul to 4 and Evelyn to 4. If we survive the trap, roll on the treasure table. Sweet. Got a 2. You know what that is? It's 2d6 gold. Nice, 11 gold. I don't know if they think the blood was worth being spilled, but I know Fingers does. The big bag of gold is at 22. We've got to search for a clue. We get a 6. Now there's a possibility to find a clue. We need a 1 or a 2. Come on, I'm good at rolling 1s. Oh, we get a 6. Okay, so whoever set up this trap maybe had some gold laying in the middle of the room, but there's a bigger stash of gold. With a 6, you get the hidden treasure. So now I have to roll d6 again. You get a 5. And that whole thing was just a distraction for the bigger treasure, which is also trapped. It's only a level 2. Let's see what kind of trap it is. Number 3, that's a trap door. Opens under the feet of the character leading the marching order. I have to roll at -1 because I have light armor, but I have +1 because of my defense. So that levels that out. She needs a 2 or above to dodge this. Yeah. As the she-wolf is collecting the previous treasure, just putting it into the bag, she just kind of keeps scooping gold into the bag, and eventually this thing unlocks and the whole group hears like a "Aah!" She falls down in, there's a thud at the bottom. Everybody has this moment of thinking how tough the she-wolf is, and in this position she's completely defenseless. She has no way out of this pit, and she's depending right now on one of them to get her out. Of course, after all she's done, they're completely loyal to her, but it's just a thought to see something so powerful be reduced to having to be helped out of the pit. In addition, it takes at least one other character to help him out of the trap door. If you fall in a trapdoor and you are alone, you die. Reminds me of the game Shadowgate. Everybody rushes to the pit really quickly, pulls her up out of there. She's only got a little bruise from it. She takes 1 damage. Treasure is 3d6 gold. That's 10 gold. If you're wondering how I knew that without rolling, it says it right there, 3d6 gold. That puts the guild bag at 32. The south door is 1, 2, 3. That's gonna be the east door. She-Wolf sends fingers over there to check it to see if it's locked. 1 or 2, it's locked. It's not. Let's see what's beyond the door. White dice is high, 32. Here's a closer look at the 8-shaped room. Let's see what's in it. Both of these and add it up. That's gonna be a 7. The minions table. Let's see what minions. Got a 4. D6 plus 1 orcs. Let's see more orcs. Oh, there's only 2 of them hanging out in here. We've had some orcs, we've had some goblins. I think the group's starting to feel out what's at work behind some of these vampiric animals. Somehow they're linked. She-Wolf's gonna run up and try to hack this one in 2. It's 2 or above. She gets it. It's sort of just like Lord of the Rings, where you can just wipe out the orcs with 1 hit. Fingers, trying to be a show-off, runs up here and tries to stab this one in the gut with his short sword. We outnumber these minions, so Fingers gets to add his level. He was at -1, but now he'll be at +1. Sweet, +1. Whoa, that's exploding. He just stabs this thing to death. He pulverizes this orc and he's just like breathing really heavy and looks around the room for any more of them. So we're at 6 minion encounters total. When we get to 10, somebody gets to level up. Treasure roll. That's a 5, that's a good roll. 1 item of jewelry, 3d6 times 10 gold. Nice. We got, come on, high rolls. Wow. We get 80 gold. That puts us at 112 gold. We have to search the room for a clue. We need 1 more clue. We haven't found one yet, but we already have one. And we need a 5 or a 6. Yeah, maybe. We need to follow it with the 1 that I always roll after the 6. Oh, another 6. Come on. We have another hidden treasure. These orcs probably weren't too smart about hiding their treasure, so basically it's just like behind a rock. You pull it out and there's like a little space in there that they've carved out to hold some treasure. I've got to roll d6 and see what's going on with this one. An alarm attracts some wandering monsters. Great. Well, we need the experience. What we get? 6. We got a boss monster. Dun, dun, dun. All right, let's see what we get here. That's a 3. Suddenly the door at the north end of the room comes crashing open almost off its hinges. Everybody hears this deep grumbling voice. I smell orc blood. The door just about rips off its hinges as this hulking brute, at least 9 feet tall, enters the room. It's basically a mass of fat over muscle. It lets out a roar and charges the party. And that's where we're gonna end it for today, guys. Catch you in the next video. See ya.